Have you ever met someone who has the most amazing ideas? They talk about the business they are going to start. They talk about the book they are going to write. They talk about the house they are going to build. Their eyes light up when they explain their plans. It sounds perfect. It sounds beautiful. But a year goes by, and you ask them, "How is that project going?" And they say, "Oh, I'm just waiting for the right time." Another year goes by, then 5 years, then 10, and nothing has changed. The only thing that has grown is their age and their list of excuses. There is a very famous saying that goes, "The graveyard is the richest place on earth." Do you know why? Because it is filled with inventions that were never made, songs that were never sung, and dreams that never became reality. Today, I want to tell you a story about two best friends. It is a story about the dangerous trap of waiting for perfection. And if you are feeling stuck in your life right now, if you have a dream but you are scared to start, this story is for you. Please, listen closely. This might just change how you look at tomorrow. In a small, quiet town, there lived two young men named Leo and Sam. They grew up together, and they shared the exact same dream. Both of them wanted to be master carpenters. They wanted to build beautiful furniture tables, chairs, and cabinets that people would keep in their families for generations. Leo was brilliant. He was smart. He read every book about wood. He knew the history of design. He had a notebook filled with the most complicated, beautiful drawings you have ever seen. When Leo spoke, people listened. He sounded like an expert. Sam, on the other hand, was different. Sam wasn't very good at drawing. He didn't read many books. He was a bit messy. He often had cuts on his fingers and sawdust in his hair. But Sam loved to work with his hands. When they turned 25, they both decided it was time to start their journey. Leo said, "I have a plan, Sam, a master plan." Leo sat down at his desk. He said, "I cannot start until I have the perfect workshop. I need the best saws from Germany. I need a loan from the bank. I need to design a logo first. If I start, I must be the best from day one." So, Leo spent his days planning. He went to the bank to ask for a loan. They said no. He got angry. He said, "They don't understand my vision." He spent months looking for the perfect rental space, but everything was too expensive. So, he waited. He told everyone in the village, "Just you wait. When I start, it will be perfect." Meanwhile, Sam didn't have a plan. He didn't have money for a workshop. So, he cleared out his father's old, leaky shed in the backyard. He didn't have fancy tools. He used an old saw that was slightly bent. Sam picked up a piece of wood and started building a small stool. It was hard work. He made mistakes. The first stool he made was crooked. One leg was shorter than the others. Leo saw it and laughed. "Sam," Leo said, shaking his head, "that looks terrible. You are embarrassing yourself. Why don't you wait until you can do it right? Look at my drawings. This is how a stool should look." Sam just smiled, wiped the sweat from his forehead and said, "It's okay, Leo, I will fix it." I learned what not to do. Sam fixed the leg. He sold that stool to a neighbor for a very small amount of money. With that money, he bought a better saw. Time is a funny thing. Day by day, nothing seems to change. But when you look back, everything is different. 3 years passed. Leo was still working as a clerk in a grocery store to pay his bills. He hated his job. Every day he complained, "I am wasting my talent here," he would say. "I am a carpenter, not a clerk." But every evening he went home and looked at his notebook. He still didn't have the loan. He still didn't have the perfect tools. "The economy is bad right now," Leo told his friends at the tea shop. "It's not the right time to start a business. I am waiting for the market to improve." He had become an expert at making excuses. His excuses were intelligent. They made sense, but they were still just excuses. And Sam? Sam had built 100 stools. Then he built chairs. Then tables. He wasn't famous. He wasn't rich. But he was a carpenter. He had learned how to carve wood by actually carving it. He learned how to deal with difficult customers by actually talking to them. He learned how to handle money by actually earning it. One afternoon, Leo visited Sam's workshop. Sam was covered in dust, looking tired but happy. He was finishing a beautiful dining table. Leo walked around the table, inspecting it closely. He ran his finger along the edge. "Sam," Leo said critically, "you used oak here. You should have used walnut. And look at this joint here. If you had the machine I was telling you about, this would be smoother." Sam looked at his friend. "You are right, Leo, it's not perfect. But the family who ordered it is coming to pick it up in an hour. They are going to eat dinner on this table tonight." Leo went silent. He walked home feeling a heavy lump in his throat. He looked at his perfect drawings. They were beautiful, but they were just paper. Sam's table was real. The turning point came 2 years later. A wealthy merchant from the city came to their small town. He was building a grand hotel, and he needed a head carpenter to furnish the entire building. It was a contract worth a fortune. It was the dream opportunity. The merchant announced he would hold an interview the next morning. Leo was excited. This was it. This was the moment he was waiting for. He stayed up all night polishing his portfolio. He ironed his best shirt. He rehearsed his speech. He knew exactly what to say about wood theory and design aesthetics. Sam went too. He went in his work clothes, smelling of varnish and wood chips. Leo went in first. He placed his notebook on the desk. He showed the merchant the sketches. "Sir," Leo said confidently, "I have designed a chair that supports the back perfectly. I have plans for beds that are royal. I have the knowledge of the best techniques." The merchant looked at the drawings. He nodded. "These are beautiful drawings, young man. Truly." Leo smiled. He felt like he had won. Then, the merchant asked one simple question. "Can you show me a piece of furniture you have built? I want to see the quality of your finish." Leo froze. "Well, I haven't built them yet," Leo stammered. "I was waiting for the right capital. I didn't want to produce low-quality work. But if you give me the contract, I will build exactly what is on this paper." The merchant closed the notebook gently and slid it back to Leo. "I cannot take a risk on a theory," the merchant said. Then Sam walked in. He didn't have a speech. He placed a small wooden jewelry box on the desk. "I didn't have time to draw plans," Sam said, "but I made this box yesterday. The hinges are hand-carved. The finish is natural oil." The merchant picked up the box. It opened smoothly. It felt solid. It was real. "You have rough hands," the merchant noted, looking at Sam's scarred fingers. "Yes, sir," Sam replied. "They are rough, so the wood can be smooth." The merchant smiled. "The job is yours." Leo was devastated. He sat on a bench near the river, watching the water flow. He realized that 5 years of planning were worth less than 5 minutes of doing. He realized that while he was trying to be perfect, he ended up being nothing. Sam came and sat beside him. He didn't brag about the contract. He put a hand on Leo's shoulder. "I don't understand," Leo whispered, tears in his eyes. "I know more than you. My designs are better than yours. Why did I fail?" Sam looked at the river and said softly, "Leo, you didn't fail because you weren't good enough. You failed because you never started. You were so scared of making a bad chair that you never made a chair at all. I made plenty of bad chairs. I made junk. But every bad chair taught me how to make a good one." Sam stood up. "Come to the workshop tomorrow, Leo. Don't bring your notebook, just bring your hands. Let's make something. Even if it's ugly. Let's just make it real." My friends, how many of you are like Leo? You are waiting. Waiting for the perfect camera to start your YouTube channel. Waiting to lose 10 pounds before you go to the gym. Waiting for the economy to get better before you start your business. Waiting to feel ready. Let me tell you the truth. Ready is a lie. You will never feel ready. And perfection? Perfection is the enemy of progress. A distinctively average plan that you execute today is 1,000 times better than a perfect plan you execute tomorrow, because tomorrow never comes. Don't be a dreamer who just talks. Be a doer who walks. Make mistakes. Look foolish. Start small. Start ugly. Just start. Because a year from now, you will wish you had started today. This is your sign. Put down the phone. Go do the thing you have been dreaming about. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, share it with a friend who needs to hear this. And remember, the world doesn't pay you for what you know. It pays you for what you do. See you in the next story.